CIG directs deployment of special tactical squad to restore peace in communities recently attacked. Governor Mutfwang calls for interfaith unity. Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment, Agile on advocacy visit to Emir of Wasi. We are glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Mary Replong Domtu. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on our YouTube channel NTA News Online and other social media platforms showing on your screen. As part of efforts to industrialize Nigeria through the steel industry, the federal government has commenced discussion with Chinese company to build a new steel plant in Nigeria and commence the building of military hardwares in Ajaokuta steel plants. This was during the visit by a delegation of the Minister of Steel Development, Prince Shaibu Abubakar Audu, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, and the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Steel Development, Mary Ogbe, in their tour of the company's facilities in China. The Steel Minister, Prince Audu, says the trip to China is one of the steps being taken to realize the goals of reviving the steel industry in Nigeria in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He notes that work has commenced to create an operational steel industry that would attract billions of dollars of foreign investments into the country, open up the nation's economy and create job opportunities, which form the core of the renewed hope agenda. He further noted that building the military hardwares in Ajaokuta steel plant is also timely, considering that Nigeria is faced with security challenges, adding that this would help in the fight against insecurity and terrorism. Governor Caleb Mutfwang is calling on Plateau citizens to set aside differences and work collectively for the good of the state. This was while receiving the leadership of Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, and Jama'at Nasir Islam, JNI, state chapters on condolence visits in Jos. Caleb Buching reports.
The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Plateau State, visited to commiserate with the governor following recent attacks in some communities. Chairman of the association, Very Reverend Father Polycarp Lubo, says they are there to identify with the governor and pray for peace to reign in the state.
It's expected that all of us will join hands together and support this government, support ourselves as Christians, and don't forget that whoever is a Christian, don't see him as an Igbo man, don't see him as an Angas man. We see him as a brother. So let us work in such a way that when we are united, the devil will flee away.
The governor thanked the association for the visit and advised citizens to forgive each other for development to thrive.
The burden on my heart is that Plateau will fulfill the prophetic destiny for which God ordained it. I believe that Plateau is a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. That from the mountains of Plateau, the glory of God will be made manifest.
Similarly, a delegation from the Jama'atul Nasrul Islam, led by the chairman and emir of Wasi, condemned the recent attack on the communities and advised government to take proactive steps to avert a recurrence.
I also want to appeal to His Excellency. There are also other warning signals in some parts of the state, particularly in my own domain, in Wasi local government. Already we have started losing lives, most unfortunately, within the same ethnicity. It's not between either different religions or different ethnicities, it's from the same ethnicity. But once anybody that is from a different ethnicity or a different religion is touched, the whole dimension of the crisis will change.
And I want to say that since I became governor, I want to express from the depth of my heart profound gratitude to the Muslim Ummah of Plateau. Demonstrated to the world that we can live together as Plateau people.
The organizations also sympathized with the victims, saying they are open to suggestions on way forward. In Jos, Caleb Gochin, NTA News.
The Inspector General of Police has deployed special tactical team to Bokas and Barkin Ladi local government areas to forestall further violence in the area. AIG Ebong Eibiu, who is head of the tactical squad, represented the Inspector General of Police at the event held at police headquarters in Jos.
These are the tactical squad drawn from various squadrons around the country with the sole purpose of restoring peace and stability in communities that were recently under attack in Plateau State. Addressing the squad, head of the tactical team, AIG Ebong Eibiu, said the mandate given to them by the Inspector General of Police is to calm the situation and neutralize any form of violence in and around the troubled villages, and assured that the battle against terrorism will be won.
We must dominate every part of Plateau State and ensure that what happened before doesn't happen again. And we must also do our best to get those who perpetrated that drastic act.
He further called on the personnel to be of best behavior and hold the ethics of the police in high esteem. He advised citizens to provide the necessary information that will help the operation and battle against insecurity. He further inspected the tactical assets sent by the IGP to aid in the operation.
We deployed some men to that place, and now we are deploying more. In the evening we are deploying more. We must cover, dominate every area and even beyond.
In Jos, Salau Abdurrahman Mohammed, NTA News.
The Plateau State Police Public Relations Officer DSP Alfred Alabo is in the studio to highlight mandate of the Special Tactical Squad in its assignment of restoring peace in the recently attacked communities. We're glad to have you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And sir, what's the composition of the Special Tactical Squad and how its mode of operation?
Okay, they are composed of the mobile personnel, investigation team from the 4th CID, intelligence team, and some men from our special forces team who are deployed to Plateau State for this particular operation. Okay. And that is just the composition, and it's with the aim to ensure that peace is restored back to Plateau State.
Sir, with this development, what should we expect from the tactical team, different from what obtains in other operations?
We should expect the best. We should expect that they are here to restore peace. We should expect that they carry out the mandate of the Inspector General of Police, which is to ensure that Plateau State and its citizens live in peace and do their business, go about their business in peace. And that is what we are here to do. We are using all measures. We are using both kinetic and non-kinetic measures to ensure that this situation is brought to rest and does not reoccur again on the plateau.
Okay, sir. So far, has it recorded any progress in its assignment?
Yes, we are recording very tremendous progress, and if not that I'm here, we are looking for a day to call the media to come and see what we are doing. But I can say this for free here. So far, 8 suspects have been arrested, and even the one that almost caused problem, where a Fulani young man was taken to the market, was lured to some parts of the market and was robbed of his bike, and in the process was killed. That suspect has also been arrested and is in custody.
Okay, so sir, going forward now, what do you think is the way forward?
The way forward is that we should try our best to give the police more information. Like I said, like I always say, the citizens are the source of our information, which will later turn to intelligence to use to carry out our duties. So I'm using this opportunity to call on all our citizens on Plateau State to please give us more information. Say something when you see something. Policing is everybody's business, and we should have that at the back of our mind.
Okay, sir. What other efforts are the police doing to stamp violence in the affected areas?
We have done a lot. We have put a lot of things in place to do that. Our men are seen visibly. In fact, I jokingly got information that we want peace, but we don't want to look like prisoners in our own homes. And we say we are not doing that to intimidate anybody. It's just for the purpose of what has happened in that place. And also, I would like to use this to inform us that some of the citizens have started returning back to their communities, which is the core mandate of the Inspector General of Police, that nobody should be deprived of his property, the use of his property or his domain. And the DPO there in Bokos and Barrack in Ladi are ensuring that they're escorting our citizens back to their communities. And that is being done as we speak. Though some of them are entertaining fear, but we are doing a lot also to remove the fear from them. Okay, so you're saying normalcy has returned to those areas? Normalcy has returned to those areas. Okay. Yeah. So, thank you very much, sir. PPRO, Public Relations Officer of Plateau State, for coming on Panorama. Thank you very much. Panorama will continue after the break.
And accessible learning spaces. Under sub-component 1, it has to do with create new learning spaces in secondary schools. Under this sub-component, Plateau was allocated 55 new schools, and out of them, 35 primary schools will be expanded to junior secondary, while 20 junior secondary will be expanded to senior secondary. A total of 590 classrooms, 20 administrative blocks, 20 multipurpose halls, 20 science laboratories, 20 computer laboratories, and 570 VIB toilets will be built under this sub-component.
The Emir of Wase, Dr. Muhammad Dusambu Haruna II, commended Agile for the initiative to reach out to vulnerable children and promised to sustain the campaign in his locality.
The talent is in public school. We are not using the talent, and it's high time we redirect our attention to the talents that we have so that we promote it. The more you do, the more we also do.
Indenyan and Debagyang, NTA News.
Plateau State government has taken steps to address water challenge in the states. To this end, the General Manager, Plateau Municipal Water Supply, Julius Akau, undertook an inspection tour to the treatment plants in 5 local government areas of the state. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
The tour afforded the management the opportunity to assess areas that need more attention and also to ensure that the water treatment plants are steady to produce water according to the required specification in terms of quality and safety.
The responsibility of serving the local governments that have treatment plant with treated and potable drinking water. So because of this, for quite some time, most of these local governments have been without drinking water. And this has drawn the attention of the present government to make it possible for us as a team, by all means, to get back to all these local governments in order to produce a potable, safe drinking water to the citizens of the local government.
Apart from the visit to water treatment plants in Bokos, Mangu, Shendam, as well as Lantang and Pangshin local government areas, the management took a survey of existing abandoned mining ponds towards converting them for irrigation and water supply purposes. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
In a bid to ensure that all promises are fulfilled, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has embarked on another tour of project sites within the city center. Onoze Yakubu reports that the inspection tour is to enable the minister see for himself the level of work ahead of completion, scheduled for May 29 deadline.
Desirous to complete some of the priority projects before May 29 as promised, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike inspected the ongoing road projects. First was the Outer Southern Expressway OSEX and the Outer Northern Expressway, where the minister inspected critical components of the project, like the Asokoro interchange and the drainage system. The vice president's official residence was again revisited to ascertain progress of work. Visibly impressed, the minister commended the commitment of the contracting firms handling the project, pledging to fulfill his own side of the bargain by providing the necessary funds.
I'm happy to announce to you that the Minister of Finance have been able to release 50% of the national supplementary budget, and that in a way has given us that hope that the contractors would be paid within any time from now. And then we have also gotten the assent of the statutory supplementary budget, which Mr. President has assented to. That again has given us hope that no project will be left uncompleted.
Nyesom Wike, however, appealed for the residents' support and cooperation as he set out to fulfill his promises to the people. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
The Cup of Nations, Super Eagles opt for Guinea, drop friendly match against Burkina Faso. For more on this and other trending stories, let's join Gift George on Sports Updates.
In football, ahead of the kickoff of the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire, President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Gosso, has assured football fans that the Super Eagles will be fit and ready to make the nation proud at the football tournament. The football administrator assured Nigerians on the fitness level of the 25 players invited to represent the country at the Africa Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. Meanwhile, still on the Super Eagles preparations for the Africa Cup of Nations, the Super Eagles proposed international friendlies against Burkina Faso and Cape Verde has been cancelled from the team's schedule. Latest update from the Super Eagles camp in Abu Dhabi reveals that the Super Eagles will now face the Sili National of Guinea as part of its preparations for the African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. The match is slated for Monday, 8th January 2024. In volleyball, 12 players have been called to camp by Nigeria's senior women's volleyball team's coach, Samuel Ajayi, for the Africa Games qualifiers, which begins Tuesday at the National Stadium, Lagos. The Nigerian senior women's volleyball team aims to qualify for the Continental Games after missing out on podium finish since 2003. The team has 5 regular players, 5 under-21 players, and 2 under-17 players. Ijoma Okpabi has been named team captain, while Jumaya Bitrus will be the assistant captain. In table tennis, Africa's #1 table tennis player and Nigeria's Aruna Quadri says he hopes to have a rematch with world #1 Fan Zhendong of China soon to prove his quality in the world. Aruna Quadri's hope of getting to the semi-finals ended with a 3-0 loss to the world #1 on Thursday. The breakdown of the game shows that Aruna Quadri lost 11-6, 11-9 and 11-4 to the world #1.
I'm satisfied with my performance. Unfortunately today it was really not meant to be, but I tried so hard. Probably if I had won a set, probably things might change a little bit, but of course we will meet again. I am always positive against him, so I think it is very possible, probably once in a lifetime, and I'm looking forward to it. I will try again next time.
With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.